technology is here. I remember coming back from college in 2003, and I was arriving in Nigeria. I had my little, that Samsung phone was very small. Remember, it's called the Blue Eye or Blue Eye. When I reached the airport, I was coming out because you must understand, when I left Nigeria in '99, nobody had cell phones. So when I came back, in my mind, I'm the only person that has a cell phone. So I arrived at the airport and the cell phone rang. Now, there's no way that my network from America would work in Nigeria. In fact, it is easier for your network in Nigeria to work in America than it is for an American network to work in Nigeria. But when the phone rang, I said, they are dead in this airport today. MI has come back with a cell phone. They are finished. As I reached into my hand to bring out my cell phone, I saw everybody in the airport do like this. When I went home, the first question my brother asked me, said, where's your cell phone? Where's your cell phone? I was like, they are dead in this house today. MI has come back with what? A cell phone. To show my family. I thought when I bring out the cell phone, they will carry me to the village. They will say, people of Taraba State, we have made it. This is our cell phone. For years, as a tribe, we believed it will happen. Now we have done it. My brother saw the cell phone and said, what's this? He's like, this sold 2000. We're on to the next. That's how we are with technology. We're quick, we assimilate. Maybe because we have no option. Because we have nothing else to do. While people in America, producers are still trying to figure out how to use technology, guess what? Somebody will go and download software illegally. He will carry it to computer village, sell it for 200 naira. Somebody will take a laptop that maybe they've had in their family for 5 years. He will load it and start teaching himself. Before you know it, he starts making beats. He meets somebody else and says, my name is Don Jazzy, you be the band, it's Don Jazzy here. Take over the whole world. That's how we are. We have it, it's in us. It's in our spirit, it's in our blood. So discussing that is a moot point. If you don't have an email address here, put your hands up. My thinking is that there are less people in Nigeria without an email address than there are in America, even by ratio. That's my thinking. And if you do research, maybe, I don't know, but I don't think that the numbers will be overwhelmingly in their favor. We are a technological people. Remember when ATMs came out? Again, when I came back to Nigeria, I said, oh, they are dead. I'm going to bring ATM technology to Nigeria. So me and my friends wrote a proposal, took it to the bank. They said, guy, we've been working on this for 10 years. We're just waiting for it to arrive. 1 week later, village women are starting ATM line like this, cashing their money by themselves. We're so quick with technology. But what impact does it have on music? We've been dealing with piracy, we've been dealing with lack of residual income. What does that mean? In America, if my song is number 1 on the radio, at the end of the year, I'll get a check that says, for all the radio stations and all the TV stations that played your song, here is your royalty. Because the raw material for a radio station or a TV station is music. So they're paying the artists for using their music. In Nigeria, it's almost non-existent. We're trying, but it's not there. So I'll be my day. Okay. I said it's almost non-existent, almost. You know, when you speak, you're talking about Lagos, Center of Excellence. So a lot of what's attainable here doesn't exist anywhere else. Our music, if I'm to live on music from Lagos radio stations, it would help a little bit. But do you know how many radio stations there in Nigeria? The thing about technology is that it looked like it was going to kill us. Then it gave us life. Let me explain. All of a sudden, while we're still trying to figure out what to do with distribution, along comes the internet. You can find any song in the world like this and download it for what? Free. Do you know the meaning of free? Do you know what have to do to come up with a song? Do you know how much clients Peter charges for one video? And you get it for what? Free. I looked at the music industry and said, you are dead. technology is going to kill you. All of a sudden, one day I was talking to my boss and I had a song. The song had 32 bars, which is too long for a rap song in the first verse, and 24 in the second verse. And I played it for him. He said, Emma, it's a nice song, but it's slow and it's too long. I said, can I get the song out for free? He said, yes. So I was performing somewhere and I told everybody to switch on their Bluetooth. And I gave them the song. This song, without an official release, without a video, went on to be the proponent for my career. It's a song called Safe. I don't know how many people have heard that song. And then something clicked in my head. I was talking with a friend of mine. He said, Emma, your music is now like your business card. When you go out to give people your business card, hoping when they need a service, they remember, oh, I spoke to that guy. And they'll go and look at the business card. And for most of you here, music is sort of like that. And that is the first importance of technology for us. It is spreading our music far and wide, quickly. So once you're talking about promoting, right, because we have a small equation we say in music. We say promotion expands, purchasing contracts, which means you promote to more people than are your fans, but you only sell to less than your fan base, right? So once you're promoting, the internet actually helps. People know about MI quickly, London, US, wherever. They can listen to the music, they can talk about it, they can follow me online. But when it comes to sales, now we start to have a problem. But all of a sudden, because of our activity online, because of how active we are, how big our music is, it's becoming. How many people have an iPhone, an Apple device? They use an iPhone as their phone here. Anybody? Okay, few of us. Now, when, like 6 months ago, on the Apple Store, you couldn't buy American music. You could only buy a select library of music that given to Nigerians. All of a sudden, now I can buy any song in the world from my Nigerian Apple Store. The reason this is happening because they are starting to notice that something is happening. There's companies like Spinlet, there's vast services, vast companies, I don't know if there are any of them here, but they're starting to be creative in selling brands and music to people. And that is one thing that we must continue to do. To say, look, we don't mind when we're promoting for the music to go as fast as it needs to go, but we also need that when people want to pay for the music, it's available for them to pay. It's much like walking into a store, and have you ever walked into a mall and people that are doing that perfume thing, they come up to you and they don't even ask you, they just spray you. Does that happen to you? They just walk up to you, smell good, right? And you go back and you're like, oh wow, I smell nice. I remember that perfume, and you go and buy it. So this equation is sort of like that. So part of the industry, and this is a burden of everybody that's around music, from the government. Yesterday, Buhari, our president, His Excellency, spoke a little bit about piracy. And part of the focus of what we need to do is to ensure that when people do want to pay, that they pay. And what is happening on DLTA and Jumia, and who would have thought, right? We actually, once the middle class emerges, once people have some money in their pocket, they feel good about buying something. People don't download music for free just because they don't want to pay for music. They may not have the disposable income. It may be too difficult for them to buy music. I've run into fans that say, Emma, how can I get the original CD? Where do I get it from? Because I want to buy it. And nowadays when I run into someone that's bought my album, they tell me, Emma, I bought your album originally, respect me. What does this mean for artists and musicians going forward? It means that you need to pay attention to the digital space. You need to promote your brand in the digital space. I think as of last count, Wizkid has something like 1,400,000 Twitter followers and 800,000, 850,000, something like that, Instagram followers. That's crazy. That's crazy. Me, I'm coming up. I'm upcoming in that department. But guess what that means? It means that no matter who your advertising agency is, they can probably not talk to young people as quickly as I can. They might need to come and talk to me at the end of everything. And that's what music needs to see. I was talking to a young person the other day, he was talking to me about billboards. He was like, Emma, we're going to this billboard. So I asked him, I said, can you name 10 billboards that you know? And he said, yes, there's one on this billboard, there's one here, there's one here. And I asked him, I said, what is advertised on all those billboards? Now, I'm sure if I ask people here, you will have an idea. Somebody can say, oh, there's a Glow billboard here, and there's a MTN billboard here. But if I ask you, what are they advertising? Because every time Glow advertises, they will advertise something different. They'll say to you, buy this bundle for. We've almost become immune to that. Am I wrong? Yeah. But if you just buy a new car, down to the color of the leather of the car, you will know. If he signs an endorsement deal, everybody that is fine in the country will say the name of that product once or twice that week, and will think about it, and they'll compare the commercials against each other. And that's the power that music has in the digital space, right? What does this mean for business people? Guys, the new agencies. Yeah. Musicians and entertainers set trends. They inform consumers. They are the conversation in the digital space, and that's where people are paying attention to. I was talking to somebody about Linda KG, and Linda KG gets something like, if I'm not really wrong, maybe I'm overestimating, but I think that on our best days she can have something like 1 million unique visitors on her page. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, I'm just saying wrong. But your widest newspaper on their best day will do 10% of that. That's the power of entertainment. And so, as an entertainer, as a musician, the future is very bright for us. What we need to understand is the balance between promotion and sales. You need to understand that when it's time to promote, the music needs to go as wide as it can. But we also need to continue the fight to make sure that we collect our residual income when it's time to do that. Right? Our radio stations that are in the building here, they've been very, especially in Lagos, they've been very helpful in terms of carrying the conversation to NBC. They've shown up, that's the truth. They've shown up and they've been helpful in carrying the conversation. You need to make sure that you protect your brand. There are a lot of, we have a bank as a heavy sponsor here. And I was talking to a bank the other day about doing an endorsement, one bank. And the bank told me, say, Emma, I've been in business for so years. So you've been in business for like 5 years. I can't leverage my brand, I get so bad. Tomorrow, what if we don't have 2 babies, 2 baby mamas or something? Protect your brand, take it serious as a musician. Understand the power of networking so that what comes, because an ad agency will protect their brand, right? They will protect their brand. So when the time comes as a musician or as a creative person, or a lot of people here may never be creatives, but they may be around music, right? Because that's where it's heading to anyway. If you think you're going to work in advertising here, you're going to work for a musician very soon. Because there's going to be almost no way for you to advertise without having an entertainment conversation, right? Whether it's movies, you know when James Bond drives a car, can you guys see what's happening to you right now? They've forgotten about advertising on TV. Top Gear will tell you more about any car if you watch Top Gear than any car commercial you see.
In the world.
It's entertainment. Right? And music is leading, is the tip of the spear. Chocolate City, my neighbor, is our 10-year anniversary, and I know my I don't want to say the founder, but this is your thing, right? Okay, Ayo, this is your thing. I know him as a musician, and I was just talking to him about how, I'm happy that creative people are now entering the corporate space. So, but as I was saying, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying before? You distracted me now. Why? He's a great musician and great friend of mine over the years, and I'm very, very proud of what you guys are doing. But you asked me to speak about Chocolate City, and I'll just say, as a label, it is paramount for us to stay in business, to protect our brand, to continue what we're doing, because music can generate so much revenue for us, can feed so many people, can clothe so many people. It also has the power. There's nowhere in Nigeria, for any reason, right, that you see 5,000 people and you'll be safe. If you go to a political rally and you see 5,000 people, throughout the time you're there, you'll be like this. Because you know at any moment, things can change. Am I lying? If you are driving and you see 300 people in front of you, automatically you start asking yourself, you know, black people, we know they carry last for now. You know, black people, we're the people that run without knowing what happened. You just see people running, you run. And you reach there and say, why are you running? What's happening? I'm just walking out. Why are you running? But music will keep 100,000 people standing, paying attention. No aggression. They pay attention and they listen and they have a good time. You stand for 8 hours in the rain, go home happy, singing, dancing, right? So it's important for us. I guess the point I'm making here is important for us to continue and make sure that our industry survives, that we own it, that we don't allow other people to own our own industry in our country. And it's all our responsibility because it curates our culture. It tells the world who we are, right? Don't let other people control that. We need to control that. So everybody here that's connected to entertainment, whether you know it or not, the digital age is here. It's a bright future for us. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation. Did I try? I tried. Any questions? See, I came to talk. I don't have any music festival. I can't sing. I don't have acapella. Acapella. Okay, there's a song called Epic on my album. Right? It goes like this. It says, what? Chairman, that one is. We're intellectuals here. How many do have my album here, first of all? The new one. Are you sure? Are you sure? Baby. Say I look like banana. I've been disrespected and been stepped on, been neglected, but I kept on. Because I knew the one thing I would get on. See, these days I reflect on what I've been through, like my left arm. See, it wasn't right, but I'm headstrong. After checkpoints, then the checks come. Call me chairman. No, listen. Call me chairman. Say it properly. I'm a genius, an anomaly. All that issue did was comedy. Look who laughing now, ain't no stopping me. And this rap game is my property. CBN, we play Monopoly. So convertible, ain't no topping me. Keep the meter on, ain't no dropping me. Through the hardship and the punishment, through the tough times and discouragement, I got stronger. It was nourishment, from accomplishment to accomplishment. Listen, if you set me there, either a break count or a jump out, but I was make count. I was strong, man. I got stay farm. How your leg doing? I'm not take bomb. From a night boss to a big boss to a private jet next to Rick Ross. All this data talk. This is lip gloss. I'm a lock spine. I'm in flip flops. See, the more haters try to end us, try to throw me out, do me send forth, try to hold me down, the more I glow, you should endorse. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.